It's pretty amazing, but a different spatial arrangement of carbon atoms can form graphite in one case, and one of the most expensive and beautiful stones in the world in the other. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, as we all know. Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about unique crystals that anyone would love to own. Here we go. Topaz is one of the most ancient stones known to humanity. It was first mentioned in the oldest translation of the Old Testament. The best samples of these cut stones can be easily mistaken for diamonds. This is exactly what happened with a topaz weighing 1,600 carats on the crown of the ruler of Portugal, which had been for a long time considered the world's largest diamond. Topaz crystals can grow to gigantic size. Some of the largest of these stones can weigh 32, 50, and even 117 kilograms. The biggest topaz ever existing was called El Dorado. Its original weight was 37 kilograms, but after cutting the stone, lost up to 80% of its area and ended up weighing just 31,000 carats, or 6 kilograms. But these losses were not in vain. El Dorado is of perfect form. It is known for its unusual purity and rich emerald color. Today, the stone is stored in the National Museum of Natural History of the United States. The world's largest cut diamond was found in 1905 at a mine in South Africa and named after its owner, Cullinan. This treasure weighed 3,106 carats, or 621 grams, with a value no less than $10 to $12 million. A huge amount of money at that time. The cutting of the largest diamond was entrusted to one of the best jewel cutters in Europe, Joseph Ascher. Since there were cracks in the stone, it was impossible to make one large diamond from it. It took the jeweler several months to get the stone ready to split the piece into two diamonds. One wrong calculation, and he would end up turning the large diamond into several pieces instead of two, which ended up happening anyway. At the most critical moment, he even lost consciousness because of the excitement. However, his calculations were almost correct. As a result of the split, Cullinan did form two large diamonds, although with 7 medium diamonds and about 100 small fragments. The diamond cutting took more than 2 years of painstaking work. The biggest fragment was called Cullinan I, or Big Star of Africa. It weighed 530.2 carats. It now adorns the scepter of English King Edward VII. This huge diamond has a value of about $2 billion. The largest emerald ever found was discovered in 2001 in a mine in Bahia, Brazil. It was in fact a cluster of crystals weighing 1.9 million carats, or 380 kilograms. Experts evaluated the cost of this hefty block at around $400 million. Its history is also quite surprising, as it has survived several thefts, and it escaped the floods during Hurricane Katrina in some miraculous way, while being kept in a warehouse in New Orleans at the epicenter of the disaster. At some point, it was even exhibited at an auction on eBay. The moon, reflected in the water, sinks to the seabed and penetrates into the open shells of shellfish and then curls up into a ball. This story describes one of the most poetic legends about the origin of pearls. In fact, the formation of pearls is a protective reaction of the shellfish to any foreign body that gets inside. This is the way it responds to small dirt particles and other specks falling into the shell. The pallium of the shellfish produces the pearl by means of enveloping dirt and isolating them from the body of a shellfish, simultaneously giving birth to the future pearl. The biggest pearl was found in the hut of an ordinary Philippine fisherman, who picked it up from the ocean about 10 years ago. The treasure of irregular shape is 30 centimeters long, about 60 wide, and weighs a record 34 kilograms. The cost of this find is unknown, but if compared to the previous record holder, the lousy pearl that weighed 6.37 kilograms and cost $40 million, we can assume that the cost of a record pearl of 34 kilograms can exceed $200 million. A record jadeite monolith of the highest quality was discovered at a mine in Burma in 2016. The weight of the block is almost 175 tons. By this characteristic, it is second only to the statue of Buddha carved from jadeite and decorated with gold, which weighs 260 tons. Its estimated cost is about $170 million. The export of this semi-precious stone is one of the main sources of income of the region. "It is as if we won the lottery with the whole country," says a local newspaper. Kevin Hiller from Australia hit the jackpot when he found a massive gold nugget in the ground, weighing 27 kilograms with the help of an ordinary metal detector. It happened in the 80s while he was traveling on the mainland with his family in his house on wheels with only a few $100s in his pocket. Mr. Hiller decided to make a halt in the vicinity of one tiny town. Dreamer and optimist, he went for a walk with his new metal detector. Imagine his surprise when instead of a rusty coin or a bottle cap, he found a huge, massive gold nugget. The treasure was located only 10 centimeters from the surface of the dirt. The stone received the name the Hand of Faith and was sold by Kevin Hiller for exactly $1 million. Today, the gold bar is on display in the Golden Nugget Casino Corridor in Las Vegas and is famous throughout the world as the largest massive gold nugget found with the help of an ordinary metal detector. In 1872, a large gold nugget was found in Australia, which was later named Holterman's Plate. It is the largest gold nugget ever found in the country. Photos of this bar have survived throughout time. They depict Mr. Holterman, whose company owned the gold mine, who found the nugget. It is just a little smaller in size than its lucky owner. The block measured 1.4 meters long and had a quartz plate in its base completely covered with gold, and weighed a record 285 kilograms. The weight of pure gold reached almost 100 kilograms. Unfortunately, because of its immense value and desire to profit, it was immediately melted and sold. Any gem needs cutting, and what can you do with a huge block of glowing fluorite? This precious mineral has more value than diamonds in China. Therefore, when a huge nugget of bright green fluorite was found in the Inner Mongolia region of China, it was decided that something really impressive must be done with it. It took jewelers more than 3 years to give the stone a round shape with a diameter of 1.5 meters. As a result, it ended up being the largest part of fluorite in the world, weighing 6 tons, and was presented at the exhibition in Hainan. It does look like a pearl, and it also glows when heated. The value of this fluorite pearl, the largest of its kind in the world, is estimated at $140 million.